I'll just go by what I wrote in the code, since that's the subject for today. The only way that and people have asked me about nutrition and health. In fact, they've said that health should be an added, in addition to the 9 areas of activity. The 9 areas of activity as outlined in the textbook for victims of racism are listed as economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. And a lot of people down through the years have said, why didn't I add health? Well, my position has been that I thought the nine areas as they were was adequate, because if everything is the way it ought to be in economics, education, entertainment, etc., then that is health. Because particularly that would come under economics if you just wanted to pick a category. Economics meaning the use of time and energy. Well, food is time and energy. The nutrition, what it takes to make the body function correctly. And in the system of white supremacy, there's no way to stop them from contaminating the food. You just have to do the best you can, because it's prison food. I always go back to the premise. If you're classified as non-white here in 2019 and the years before then, and you're on the planet called Earth, you are a prisoner of war. So naturally you eat prison food. And prison food is not the best type of food that a person can eat. And you can expect that, but you do the best you can. When you're given a selection to choose from, all of the selections may be poisonous, every last one of them, because all food, period, even at its best, carries a certain amount of poison. This is why the body is designed to get rid of a percentage of waste, even under the best conditions. And we're not under the best conditions. So the white supremacists will continue to poison the food that their prisoners eat, because that affects the brain and the body, and that will guarantee that the white supremacists have another factor that they use in controlling the minds and bodies of their prisoners of war. So you just do the best you can. That's the only thing that I can say about that. I think that's kind of short and to the point, but that is the reality of it. You just try to keep up with whatever the best food is supposed to be in whatever area of the world you happen to be in, and try to eat only those foods that will give the body the best nutrition as best you can. I'm thinking about, even as I'm talking now, I often refer to that movie Shawshank Redemption as having a lot of lessons in it. And there's a scene in the movie, because it's a movie about a prison, and the prisoners in the prison, one of the opening scenes, or near the opening scenes of the movie, is when the people are assembled in the mess hall, they call it, or they're at breakfast, and one of the characters looks down at his food, and he sees something move in the food, and he picks it out, and it seems to be a great big worm of some type, okay? And that is, you can expect that in prison food, particularly back in those days and whatnot. You have worms in your food, so you just pick the worms out if you can. And of course, that's what the prisoner did in the scene in the movie. He just took the one worm out that he saw something move, turned out to be a worm, or something that looked like a worm, some type of insect, and he just picked it out, a live insect, out of the food. And then he ate the rest of the food, because that was the only food that was available. And using that as a benchmark, you might say, that would apply to all of the non-white people throughout the entire planet right now, with all of the aluminum waste and the plastic waste and everything else, arsenic in the fish, etc., etc. Just do the best you can with the prison food, because the white supremacists do what? They own